We're losing! Teamwork, guys, more teamwork. They're burying us alive!
Well, shit.
Jeez, Louie.
Honey, don't you want to beat those bastards? In my book, we're going to be winners.
Listen, I ain't got nothing left for you to sign. Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that?
Screw them.
What are you doing? What are people doing?
Is this early access to?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
Well, look at these faces. Sorry to ruin your Sunday night. What is it? May 23rd. Hell of a day. Weekend before Memorial Day.
Yeah.
We all are wearing red backgrounds tonight. For some reason, we coordinated ourselves. But welcome, everybody. Episode 164 of the Bad Fodder Figures podcast.
Wow.
I think I threw things off by sending a group text today saying that I can't record next weekend. Not tonight. I said I'll see you tonight. But I sent a message out early saying next weekend is no good for me. And now we don't know where Eric is. It's the detail. All about the details, Matt. The details.
Eric's in the future.
Eric's in the future. He only
Glovebox gaming is the future.
Right. So maybe Eric will show up. Maybe he won't. If he does not show up, it's on the shoulders of me because I sent out a text message again saying next weekend we're not recording. But tonight, we are recording. I should check. Are we recording?
And we are recording. We are here. This is live, right? Hey.
I also want to check and make sure I am recording the podcast, which I think I am.
That'd be nice.
No. So, hell of a thing. How are you, Matt?
Doing okay.
Doing okay.
Doing okay. Yeah. Word to the wise out there is a pro tip. If you order a T-shirt from our website, okay, merchandise, okay, get a size larger than what you think you need. And my cat here agrees, apparently. I ordered a large, which normally I wear a large T-shirt.
Okay.
I should have gotten extra large because unless you got a body like a goddess, okay, is 6 foot or 6 foot, a 6-pack abs, and the chiseled chest and everything, be perfect. Me, not so much.
Not so much. So get a size larger if you get a T-shirt, please. But it is nice, thick quality though. I am happy about that. I'll give it to Barb to wear. She'll look great in it. Is this the second one or this the first one? This
is the first one.
All right. Okay.
This is the first one. So I'm going to order another one. This size larger.
Okay.
Get and do that. But but nice, thick quality. Nice print on it and everything.
The thread count is impressive.
Thread count is very, very impressive. Yes. It's a great T-shirt. I would go out and buy one. Buy it. People should buy them.
But, yeah. Bit.ly/BFF merch. Bit.ly.
There you go.
BFF merch. The cheapest prices. Turn it, if you don't like us, if we said something wrong on the show, just turn it inside out and you got yourself a nice, like Matt says, high thread count shirt.
Yeah. It's high quality shirt.
So the weather here, Matt, this weekend is fabulous. Lots of warm weather. Birthday parties. I'm almost pining for the COVID days because I had 2 birthday parties. See what happened? We got used to this solitude, and now all of a sudden the floodgates are open with the celebrations. So I had a birthday party yesterday for my son and my mother.
Yeah.
My mother turned 72, and my middle son 13. So we had a little party here. And then today, went to a barbecue up the street for my neighbor whose son was having his birthday. But I came to the source, Matt. I need to talk to you about grilling. Okay, I had to do some grilling this week, and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Right, anytime that I'm cooking hot dogs or sausages, okay, Everything looks fabulous on the grill. Very, very tasty. You know, I'm cooking it to the vision wise, everything looks to be satisfactory, right? But as soon as I take them off the grill, right, everything shrinkage. Like, picture like George Costanza, right? Everything is like getting like
it kind of like shrivels up and gets wrinkles.
It's not appealing. You're slaving over this grill, and you got this family that's just looking for this food, and they see these plump sausages and these nice pearl hot dogs that look plump and delicious, and then I take them off the grill, and they shriveled up like, a senior citizen dick. Like, what the fuck is going on?
So here's what you do, okay? Yeah. It's a little more work, okay? And it takes a little more coordination, but when they're nice and plump and that eye candy, you can see it, it's looking good, you say, all right, come get your dogs, and you serve them right off the grill. Yeah. Okay? You don't put them in a metal tray. You don't put them in wherever and take them over to a serving station or whatever for people to go through and pick up, go through the line. Nope. All right, get your plate. Come on over. All right, what do you want? You want that dog? You want that one? You want that met? You want that brat? All right, here you go. There you go. Nice and plump, juicy off the grill. That way, it's still appealing. It looks appealing to them.
So Maniac says grilling or smoking. So I don't know if anybody grills. I don't know if anybody just. Can you smoke a hot dog or smoke a sausage? I don't know.
You can, but that's dumb. No.
Yeah, so I'm definitely. This guy over here is definitely grilling. I have just a regular propane grilling situation. He says I need a thermometer. Now, I need a thermometer for hot dogs and sausages?
No, you don't. No, you don't need a thermometer for hot dogs and sausages.
I'm not grilling any, steaks over here or fucking, pork, big, hunking slabs of meat. Just regular, sausages and hot dogs from the grocery store.
Like ballpark franks, ballpark franks and some Italian sausages or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, the ballpark franks, you're cooking them. When they start to split, they're done. They're good. Yeah. They're ready to go. Same thing with your sausages. Start to split. The juices are coming out and everything. All right, come get your dog right here. Take it off.
No.
So
it's like when the hot is like the hot weather, and then it goes into the house and hits like the central air. It's like it's like those Wizard of Oz, like the witch's feet, underneath the house that landed on it. I mean, just like it's like shrivels up.
Yeah. Now you can sometimes the hot dogs if you can kind of like before they're done in the grill, you can take them off because they're still kind of like cooking, and then take them in and say, all right, get it now, come get them while they're hot. But the best way is just right off the grill. Say, all right, here you go. Boom, 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 boom. But I understand if you got a lot of people in that and you're like, got those metal trays or whatever, and you're filling up the trays with sausage and stuff for like a buffet type of line. Mm-hmm. You're going to get that. Okay. That's going to happen. You're going to get the shrinkage. You're going to get the witch's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Maniac says Italian sausage I cooked to temp. A little overdone. What's that? Lit is overdone for me. I don't know. I had my father over here who wanted everything, fucking like a hockey puck. You know what I mean?
Same.
My mother. That's everything. My mother and father. If they see any pink in their hamburgers, it's like the end of the world.
Get a little pink in your hamburger.
They think mad cow disease and a lot of disease in ground beef.
I grilled up some steaks.
Yeah.
Friday night,
They walking off the grill?
Huh?
They walking off the grill?
Just about. Even Barb, though, was like, man, these are good, tender, and they just melt in your mouth. I said, you goddamn right. That's what when you cook a steak right, that's what you get. You don't need no fucking A1 sauce. All right. You cook these, that nice pink, red center. So juicy.
You think I have food issues? My father, everything's got to be like a hockey puck and no condiments.
Now, was he in the military?
Yeah, Vietnam.
Yeah, because both Eric and Vic Joe talk about this. They want their shit done, and I think they both said it because like when they was in the military, everything was like burnt, so they got used to it. So my neighbors like that.
Probably burnt it because they didn't probably know what type of meat it was, and God know where it came from.
That could be.
How long it's been sitting around.
Cook that shit through. Cook it through.
Yeah.
My neighbor's the same way. He wants this shit done, burnt. We go to, like, I don't know, say Texas Roadhouse, okay, which is, he'll get a steak well done there. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he douses it with A1. It's like, you don't need A1 sauce if you get the steak cooked properly. I was like, I'm going to take you to Jeff Ruby's sometime, where we can. And I dare you to order a well-done steak from there. They're going to kick your ass out. They're going to say, get the fuck out of here. Go, leave,
Steak's probably a little different than ground beef.
Yeah, I mean, ground beef is probably wise to get it a little bit more done because it's ground beef. All the edges are exposed, okay?
Yeah.
So you want to kind of get it a little bit more done, but it's okay to have a little pink. You don't want it bloody red, okay?
No.
But it's nice to have a little pink in your ground beef.
So that was my weekend, serving up shriveled up hot dogs and,
Did anyone say anything?
No, I just looked at them like, this isn't appealing to me. I didn't like the look of it. It's like, what the hell's going on with these things?
Yeah, and if you can next time, Mike, just serve them right off the grill. That way, people can point, I want that one a little bit more done, or leave that one on for me. Just right off the grill, man. They're plump, juicy.
Well, next time it's just going to be for me. I can count on one hand the number of times people come over. So...
That's true.
I'm the only one that eats meat over here. So if no one else is here and it's just going to be me, I'm trying to prevent having shriveled up dogs because they don't taste as good. For some reason, they're just not as plump anymore.
You see, you get that visual thing. You saw that, and you see that doesn't look good. So now it'll make you thinking it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, you need it. Yeah, right off the grill, dude. Right off the grill. That's the best way to do it.
Well, that's the way you get it at Fenway Park, when you buy the sausages behind the Green Monster. All those sausage carts that are there. Mm-hmm. They just got them right on the grill for you,
Yeah, fresh. And you get the onions and peppers and stuff for them, too.
All the sauteed onions and peppers.
Oh, so good.
Sausage guy.
So good.
Well, Matt, we're in trouble. If you haven't heard the news by now. Spotify is going to be enabling auto transcripts of podcasts.
Good luck translating what the fuck I say.
That's what I'm getting at here. Spotify announced multiple updates to make its app more accessible across iOS and Android, including a beta version of a podcast transcription feature. Company says it will start auto-transcribing certain exclusive and original shows over the coming weeks as part of a beta rollout. But eventually, the company says the goal is to enable transcripts across all podcasts on Spotify. So we should just really see play, Matt's Terrible Topics. And what we need, this is what we need to do for a segment, is we do a show with Matt's Terrible Topics and let it transcribe that, right? And if we're such a way that can you copy the text from the transcription and then put that into like Google Translate or something like
Jesus
that?
Christ.
So it automates, so it reads it back to us just to hear what it's going to say.
Yeah, that sounds like a hell of an idea.
Yeah.
That sounds like a hell of an idea. We need to try that. Oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that.
Good luck to it. Well, I mean, there's a big push, good for them. There's a big push all around the industry, podcast and video games with accessibility. So last week was a big accessibility celebration week, calling out and recognizing things that could be better or things that are going well. And so I think that's where the genesis of this story comes from.
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah. Well, if more people will follow suit then.
Good luck to them, I say. Tip of the hat.
Yeah.
So I had an incredibly busy work week. So tired pretty much every day after work. Very little gaming this week, but we can get into what we've been playing here in just a minute. I noticed Vault of Glass came out this week. Or yesterday, right?
Yesterday. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone was going for their world's first yesterday.
And people got to be what, 1,300 score?
1,300.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
1,300 light level.
Is that on your agenda at all?
Vault of Glass? I've never done a raid. I would like to. You know, I mean, obviously with the El Resto clan, you know, it's a possibility. But I don't know. I'm scared too. I really am. You know, I had the opportunity a couple of times with the last raid, came out to do it, and I was like, guys, I don't know. I would not know what I'm doing. You guys would really have to carry me through and shit. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, you would have to have some idea what's going on. You know, I mean, I've watched videos on, you know, Goth play this, you know, did it all the time. So I watched him, so I kind of had an idea, but it still, I would be dead all the time. I was like, oh, I'm dead again. I'm dead again, probably. So,
what's the hour type commitment on something like that? Is that like 2 to 4 hours, 4 to 6, 6 to 8?
First time going in, it's a good. I mean, from what I've seen, people do it's like good 4 to 5 hours for the first time. But once you go in and you like know all the tricks and all the secrets and how it works, it's 2 hour, maybe 1 hour, 2 hour going through. I would imagine.
I mean, 4 to 5 hours. That's at least 6 piss breaks for you,
if not more.
I mean, you have no Eric. You have no Eric. No Eric here tonight, so you have no way to get up. You're just going on the floor down there. I'm sorry.
I got an empty cup down here. I can, you know, if you hear it, it'll, you know, it'll.
I got we're having the work done in the house here, and so I have no half bathrooms on my first floor. So if I got to take a piss, I'm down here working or I'm gaming or something, I got to go up 2 flights of stairs now. I got to go all the way to the top floor of my house to go to the bathroom.
So yeah, plan that shit. Yeah, plan that shit then.
Told Lynn to get me one of those, you know, Wizenators jugs. They sell it like Walgreens or something like that for guys that are on the road, you know, and got to take a piss. Wizinator or something like that.
You know, some of these truckers, they've got a tube connected and they got a hole drilled through the bottom of their floorboard where it just goes on out on the road. Where they just go down the highway, they're just pissing down a tube down to the bottom of the truck. It's a hell of a thing, Mike.
It is. What will they think of next? Ingenuity.
Hey, whatever to keep on the road, I suppose. You know? Whatever.
Keep on trucking.
Yeah. Keep on trucking, as they say.
Well, you have to get back to us, Matt, if you can get to a Vault of Glass. You're going to get like one of those like bumper stickers for your Xbox. Like around here, there's a big Mount Washington. And so if you're taking your family up Mount Washington, they give you a sticker. This car climbed Mount Washington, right? And they put that bumper sticker on their car. So if you've completed Vault of Glass, you can get a sticker for your Xbox.
I'll put it on my Xbox.
This console has conquered Vault of Glass.
There we go.
Yeah.
Actually, it should say the clan I'm in conquered Vault of Glass. I was just there for the ride. I was just along for the ride.
I was a passenger.
Exactly. I just stood back and kept asking, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
You were that kid in the road trips, weren't you?
I was. I'm hungry. I gotta go to the bathroom. Are we there yet? I'm bored. Can we do something? Why did Alexa just go off? Alexa just said something.
I couldn't understand what you were trying to say.
Just like Spotify's not going to understand what the hell I'm trying to say.
Well, let's get into what we've been playing here, sir. Have you had a busy week in the gaming realms?
Yeah. Actually, between real life gaming with baseball, which I got just upcoming week again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, fucking baseball games.
Speaking of that, I did not, when I sent the text message, again, the reason Erica's not here, I was going to say also in my message, hey, I can't record next weekend, but if you want to do something during the week, and I got the word week like halfway typed out, and I was like, he's going to be at Knothole, so I'm not even going to go down that road. So I was just like, yeah, no show next week.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that because, yes, that is very true. That is very true. But besides baseball games, Destiny 2, the new season, going through, doing those activities, the new public activity, which is pretty easy to do, pretty enjoyable, actually. It's not that bad. I ran a bunch of Crucible matches the other day, and I ran a bunch last night. I tried to do a bunch last night, but my controller kept fucking up.
Now, what's going on? Just talk to me about this controller issue. What's going on? And we talked about the Xbox woes last week, and so you got the controller updated and everything, right?
Yeah, I did updates to the controller, to the headset, and the headset seems to be working a little bit better. Okay, I used it last week. I think last week you and I played a little bit, and you said I sounded okay.
Yep.
And it didn't cut out or anything like that. It sounded great. But my controller last night, I'm sitting here playing and right off the bat, it just felt, I don't know, sluggish. Okay. And as I was playing throughout the night, it got worse to where all of a sudden I'm sitting there, running, and all of a sudden it's like running to the left when I want to go to the right. It was going opposite what I wanted to do. I'd be running, all of a sudden turn me around, go the other way. I'd be looking up, looking down, all this stuff, and it's like, what the hell's going on? There's delayed responses. It kept disconnecting. I kept having to reconnect it and stuff. Finally, I was like, fuck it. Fuck this. I'm done playing, I guess.
And this is the same controller that you spiked or threw across the room for It Takes Two, right?
That's a good point. That is, yes, this is the same controller that I threw across the room playing It Takes Two. So that might have something to do with it, maybe. Right. I don't know. I might have jarred a bolt loose or something. Mm-hmm. But I went last night. I ordered a new controller.
Show it off. Ooh, Vanna White style. Give us all the angles, man. All the juicy angles.
A new controller. I picked it up today.
Look at that.
Best Buy.
I'm getting stiff.
They didn't have the neon green. I wanted the neon green. That was out of stock. So next best thing was this blue. So I'll get the blue one. Something different.
And how has that been? Has that been perfect or have issues?
Fine so far. I played a couple hours this afternoon with it. But this morning I played with the old one. No issues. It was like nothing. It was like, hey, nothing's wrong. I'm working fine, dude. What did you buy a new controller for? But this one here connected flawlessly. No issues so far. I'm curious to see if it, what happens. I will not be throwing this one across the room.
And did you update that one?
This one, yeah. As soon as I connected it, it came up update available, and it, updated automatically and stuff. So, but this one here updated the other day, and I was like, man, what the fuck? It just maybe chucking this thing had something to do with the issues I'm having. I mean, I'm sure that's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know how precision these things are, but anyways, we'll see how the new one works out if I have issues with that. So, but anyway, Destiny 2, doing that. Some more MLB The Show, playing my Road to the Show characters, both my pitcher and my right fielder. Having fun with that. Great game. Played a couple of actual Reds games with it. More Solitaire collection during lunchtime, while I'm at lunch at work, just fire that real quick, play some cards and stuff. What else did I play this week? That's the big stuff right there, really. I'm looking forward to Biomutant coming out.
No,
coming Tuesday. I pre-ordered that, got it downloaded already.
I'm going to get into
that. I'm going
to get into that in just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. No movies, no shows. Have you had a time to watch Army of the Dead? The new?
No, I have not. No, unfortunately, I have not. No.
I want to watch that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, just to see the stupidity of it, right? I'm kind of.
Seems like a good movie. Just lose yourself in, right?
Yeah, just the absurdity of it is maybe the word I want to use.
Yeah, a no care movie to where you just sitting there and enjoy yourself with a big old box of popcorn.
Yeah. Let's see. For this week, for me, gaming wise, trying to think. A little bit of Returnal. What I did is I got the television here, the new thing. So I was just testing out some stuff. I didn't go on a deep run, but I just wanted to see it here on the new television. Looks fabulous. So just dipped my toes into the Returnal waters this week. Nothing big to report. But other than that, it was just really Mass Effect 1.
How's it going?
Legendary Edition. So I reported last week that the game lacked the violence, speed, and momentum, that it was an unathletic game. And this week we had a tune-up with the Sherpa, and you were there. You were present for that. We had a was that Wednesday night or Tuesday night? I can't remember. Probably Wednesday, I would think.
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday.
It could have been Tuesday. I don't know. But we had a meeting of the minds, and so Chase was there in chat, and Maniac was there as well, and we were talking about it, and he said, I was making a complaint that I was in this area and I kept dying, and that my squad, the two guys that were with me, were like the limpest dicks ever. They were just fucking laying down, doing nothing. They were of no use to me. I was like, why am I leveling up these characters with all these, assigning them all these points, and they're not doing anything? They're just looking up at the sky, and they're just getting killed. They're just being sponges for bullets, and they're not helping me at all. So Chase says to go into the settings, and I think it was like automatic. I had them on set to defensive.
Yeah, and you had to change them to like offensive or some shit like that.
I think, automatic. So they would then automatically use their own attributes that you've assigned them. So ever since then, I was so mad at those two guys that they are off the squad. They have been thrown out of the team. And
oh no!
I want to say this in air quotes and copyright symbol. The space bitches are now with me. Chase and Scar. Scar refers to them as the space bitches. I have them, the two women, with me now.
Space sluts.
I was happy with bitches, but I haven't had any exploits with them yet to get into that adjective.
It takes a while. It takes some building up.
So, like I said, didn't have much of a gaming appetite this week, just being totally zonked after work, after dinner, after giving my son, shower and bedtime, all that. I would come down here with the best intentions to play, and I would just be sitting on the recliner with my phone, and I can't get up to turn stuff on. And I'd be dozing off, and I just fuck it, I'm going to bed. But I did hang in with Mass Effect a little bit this week. I got the squad up and running, got the space ladies with me, and we went and did this prisoner rescue, or this missing person. You meet this guy in the Citadel Tower. He tells you his brother's missing. You go to this, this area. You find him, and he's dead. Blah blah blah. But until you find him, you got to do all these battles or whatever. And the women that were with me held their own, and it was much easier than my first venture into the hot labs and everything like that. And of course, speaking to Chase this week, aka the Sherpa, he quickly told me that I should not have done that mission right away, that I should have gone and rescued some girl, because then she would have helped fight her mother or something like that. And I did this stuff out of order, and I didn't know that. I just said, all right, I'm just going to pick and do this shit. So, anywho, making some progress. I really, to get back to Biomutant, I really, really want to finish Mass Effect 1 before I dive into Biomutant. But just my luck, Matt, it sounds like we got a home run on our hands here, right? It sounds like this is a slam dunk, no-brainer, great fucking game, right? By all accounts of everybody's sort of comments online, can't wait to tell you more about it. These people have already played it, and they're saying hey, yeah, my site has done it, and we got screenshots and we got impressions, and we can't wait to tell you more about it next week. And usually when you see something like that, they'll give you a little hint of which way they're leaning. In this case, you're getting smiley faces, you're getting thumbs up. You're getting the positive vibes. The game was on Clueless Gamer with Conan, and JB Smoove was on there playing it. So,
yeah, I think the embargo lifts tomorrow.
I think tomorrow, yeah.
So should get a lot more information tomorrow afternoon. Going into Tuesday, obviously when you can start playing the game. I'm looking forward to it. It looks great. I've been lying to, but I've been looking to like the different classes and what they can do and the different perks and stuff that each class has.
No.
Because I like the the magic, being like a mage or something like that.
Yeah, can you
and there's a class.
Can you give us your best magic or mage pose? Are you willing to do that on camera?
See, I just threw a fucking fireball. You see? Look at that.
Instant.
Look at that. It worked. Went right to that microphone and hit him in the face.
All
over your face. Like a glazed donut. I'm looking forward to it. I said I looked up the different classes. And did you pre-order it, Mike?
I have to pre-order it, yeah, because I want to get some of that pre-order bonus or whatever. I'm deciding whether I want to play it. I'm hearing that it runs better on the Series X than it does on the PS5, but eventually this, the PS5 and Series, there will be a Series X and PS5 version at some point.
Yeah, right now it's all regular Xbox and PS4. Yeah. I mean, it'll play on the new gen, but it's not optimized 100%.
So on Xbox Series X, it's running 4K 60 frames per second native. On PS5, it's running 1080p 60 frames native upscale to 4K.
Okay.
And then this, now with my new television and everything here / monitor, I could also play it on PC if I wanted to. But getting back to my work week's just been knocking me on the ass. And again, why I don't do a lot of PC gaming is by the time I get done with work and everything, I just want to be in the recliner and play. So, long story short, I probably will not get it on PC, although I could probably find some cheaper deals on PC right now for it. But I think I will be getting it on Series X, and I do need to pre-order it.
You do, because apparently there's a mercenary class that comes with the pre-order, and quite a few people said that is a really cool class. It kind of like combines a lot of everything, and
that was the reason some people were turned off by the game, is that they were putting a class behind a paywall. That the only way you could get that class was by pre-ordering.
I don't know how that's a paywall. I mean, if you're going to get the game, I mean, it's not paywall if you're pre-ordering the game, right? It's not like you paid extra for that. I mean, you just pre-ordered the game and you got that. That's not behind a paywall. You're still paying for the game.
Yeah, if people don't have things to be upset about, then
that is true.
Right.
That is true.
But yeah, I'm super excited. You told me your little, I don't know if you want to reveal this to everybody. I don't want to give out your secrets in life, Matt, here. But, you said you wanted to develop a fat raccoon character. And I'm hoping that, the lovely high thread count Hawaiian shirt you have on right now would be, some attire that you can wear with your fat raccoon.
I hope I could buy this attire too. If there's a attire like this, well, I will buy it. One thing I learned and I found out, is that at first you can't create a character exactly how you want to look, because when you're going through and you're choosing the stats like your strength, intellect, stamina, and stuff like that, it changes the way he looks. At first. So if you go for like a character with high strength, he's going to be, buff looking, like like you, Mike. He's going to be buff looking guy. Okay, if you go someone with intellect, they got like a bigger head, and so anyways, it kind of, when you're going through and you're choosing their attributes, it changes the way they look. But they said don't worry about that, because down the road you can customize your character to look however you want to look. You can change. At first, you can change your colors, whatever, stripes, however you want them to look, at first and that. But their body shape, you kind of got to go with the flow at first. But, like, you get to a certain point, to where that doesn't matter. And you can change their body shape and still have the stats stacked where you want them to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So...
Well, I got to tell you, Matt, it feels good to hear that you're excited for this game, because certainly when Maniac and I saw it at PAX many years ago, I've been talking about it off and on. So A, it's showing me that you're listening to me, and B, I think it's good to see a new IP getting interest. It's tough. It's tough for a new IP to sink its teeth into this industry, right? And so they've been working on it. It's a 20-person team, a small team. They've been working hard on it. They were quiet for a long, long while after announcing it in 2017. So the THQ must have some advertising dollars behind it to get it on Conan's Clueless Gamer segment. I want to get that. We kid around here with the Uncharted 3 collector's edition that you got, right? But have you seen the $400 collector's edition they got? If you go on Best Buy on their app, it's a nice action. It's your character fighting some like big boss or something like that. It's pretty sweet looking, but I don't know about $400 sweet looking for a new IP, a franchise. But I've been seeing, on Reddit, following the channel over there. Some people are already doing cosplay and stuff. So it seems like it has captured the attention of the gaming world this week. The last couple of weeks, people are talking about it. So I think it's going to do well, which is cool. Right, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, I don't know about $400. Cool.
On eBay, it's got $200 right here on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're
I don't know
looking
if it's legit or not.
You're looking at the one with it's like a bear or something, right? They're fighting the.
No, wait a minute. Am I looking at the right one? No. Okay. No, wait. The Atomic Edition, $399. The Atomic Edition.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. That's even really cool. Yeah. Wow. Anyways. I think I'm looking for it. The big thing is something different coming out.
Right.
To play something fresh, something new, bright, vibrant colors. And I
don't
stuff
think
like
it's
that.
An incredibly long game. I'm seeing people already finished it, so this may be in like the 30-40 hour range, somewhere in there.
It's still good size.
Yeah.
As long as there's, I don't know too much about it. I don't know if there's like replayability with this. If you go through, I guess, different classes or whatever, or just replay open world type stuff, or I haven't heard anything about DLC planned or anything for it. Is it multiplayer? Is there co-op at all?
I don't think
just single player. Okay, just single player.
Yeah.
Yes.
So reviews are going to hit tomorrow. Again, people just jumping in here, listening to us or watching us. We're talking about Biomutant. THQ is the publisher. It's on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. PS4, Xbox One X enhanced probably, but the series versions in the PS5 will be coming later this year at some point, like everything else. But yeah, I'm excited like yourself, something new, something fresh, a different IP. I always try to support the new IPs, so that's how the industry will flourish, new things. But man, hopefully your jinx is up here. You had the Cyberpunk pre-order, you had the Anthem pre-order, so
hopefully, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, or otherwise three strikes, you're out.
You know what? I'm learned a lesson, and I no longer will be doing this type of bullshit. It's funny. I tweeted that on Twitter the other day. I pre-ordered it, and Jeremy comes back and says, "Thanks. Now that means it's going to be free on Game Pass, Epic Game Store, and Stream, and PlayStation Now, and all this stuff."
I'm in the fucking cutout bin. by 4th of July, it'll be in the cutout bin.
$2.
We'll see what happens. Reviews hit tomorrow. I'm anxious to check everything out. I'm trying to go in blind to it, so I know that their social media team's been doing a great job of keeping people up to date and giving you information. Very much so like Insomniac's doing with the Ratchet and Clank game. Almost too much information at this point for me. I want to go in dark and be surprised. Every time I see something, I scroll by it quickly on my feed so I don't get anything spoiled for me. But you know how all these sites have the 10 most important things you should know before playing the game.
Before playing.
Things we wished we knew before playing.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
That's a love-hate thing. You know, sometimes it'd be good to know that, but sometimes like the game like this, I want to go in kind of blind and choose what I want to do. That's why I went in first, kind of look at the different classes, you know, and what they could do, kind of learn about that, and then kind of learn it myself. Okay, well, all right, let's just kind of go through and play it that way. Now I'm kind of torn too because Goth he can start streaming it tomorrow. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to watch his stream or not because I don't know if I want to have anything spoiled or not or what. But I might go and watch it just to kind of see what's going on there.
Excuse me. I don't know if it's a like story spoilers that can be ruined for you. Like I said again, I haven't been zeroed in, laser focused on what it is because I don't want it to be ruined. But is this game more about the battles and the exploration and the encounters than the story beats? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm curious about. Like, if you watched him, like, would it just combat and it's really not spoiling anything, or could there be major story points that could get ruined for you? I don't know how the story is for this game.
Yeah, I don't think anything story wise would get spoiled. You know, it's not like a Ghost of Tsushima or Grand Theft Auto type of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's going to get, it's like, oh, fuck, well, I know what's going on, so there's no reason to play this game.
It's almost like Destiny then. Like, you don't feel like anything's really getting spoiled by watching people playing Destiny shit. But, yeah, you can spoil your first experience, of just first impressions. I heard the crafting is supposed to be unbelievable, really, really deep and thorough.
It's supposed to be deep as far as crafting and your weapons and kind of shit like that goes, and loot stuff's supposed to be really pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, let's get over to the news, shall we?
Really? Okay, do you hear what he just said? He just said, why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right, no. I'm going to do the fucking news. No, here is the fucking news.
Hey, welcome to the chat, Shonuff. We were just talking about Biomutant. And I can't remember if you were the one, Shonuff, or not, that was not interested anymore because of the class being behind a paywall.
Well, that might have been Kevin.
Can't remember. Someone mentioned that. I'm not sure who it was. Anyways, let's get on to the news. Bethesda and Microsoft are going to share the stage at E3, Matt. So
makes sense.
In our past life, E3, Bethesda would have their own sort of night, either pre-E3 or during E3, and Microsoft would have their own thing at the Microsoft Center. But it says Microsoft and Bethesda will host a joint conference this summer to introduce players to their upcoming projects. So, expectations, Matt. We obviously know that we're going to see Halo Infinite. Okay, we think that's for certain. People said leaks have gone out last week that they will tease us with some sort of small trailer of Starfield, Todd Howard's new game, Bethesda Studios, and the story there is that will be a Xbox exclusive, which we think we all expected. A new IP from Bethesda would be exclusive to Xbox. Anything else besides those two things that you can think of? They said they got, 27 game studios? Is that how many studios they have? 27, 23? Can't remember now. But first of all, are you excited for Halo Infinite or Starfield? Are you looking forward to see what those have to offer?
I'm looking forward to see what they are, especially Starfield. Halo Infinite, I'm curious about it. It's not like, oh shit, I've got to see what it is. I think I'm more curious what announcements might come out they have for Game Pass and stuff, coming up, and what might be added or coming to it, or what's going on with that. I think that's going to be the big thing that's going to be talked about.
Are we going to do a drinking game during this press conference? Every time someone mentions Game Pass or Game Pass gets flashed on the screen, we take a shot of something?
I will gladly imbibe in that game, and drinking game there.
Fuck, we'll be wasted in the first 5 seconds.
Instead of Xbox exclusive, it'll be Game Pass,
Like 20 minutes in, we'll be like, We'll be fucking stinking drunk.
Oh, God. 20 minutes in, probably 10 minutes in.
I'm trying to think what else Bethesda will show us there. I think they'll probably show... well, here's an interesting thing for you, Matt. They're putting out Deathloop, right? Mm-hmm. And Deathloop is exclusive to the PS5. A timed exclusive. So they're going to have Deathloop at E3 at a Microsoft Bethesda press conference and have the game be exclusive to the PS5, like a timed exclusive. They're going to... That would be interesting.
I would say it's possible,
right?
But I kind of doubt it.
That other game too was it Ghostwire Tokyo? Is the other one that is a timed exclusive to PS5 as well? To at least to PlayStation, yeah. Those two games.
It might be like in a montage or something, maybe. But
right.
Yeah. Now, what's the chances of a major Bethesda game being announced during that time?
Slim. I don't think Fallout 5 is anywhere close. I mean, they could have a major update to Fallout 76, but I don't think Fallout 5 is even... If that's even under development, it's got to be the smallest of small teams. Because I mean, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought where they're at with things with Bethesda Studios was kind of Fallout 76, Starfield, the next Elder Scrolls game, and then Fallout. So whatever.
What about a Witcher 3 update for the Series X?
Well, that's not Bethesda.
No, that's right. Yeah, my bad.
That's CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red. Never mind.
Yeah, you could get Skyrim.
That's what I'm thinking. Yes, Skyrim.
You get a Skyrim update for Xbox Series X and PS5. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Fallout will be mentioned at all. It will just be Fallout 76. You could have the new Elder Scrolls game, Elder Scrolls 6. Right. But yeah, I don't know. Doom, like the studio. I mean, I think that we already had Doom Eternal, so I don't think Doom is up for anything. Wolfenstein. I think the people who made the Wolfenstein games, I think they're working on something non-Wolfenstein, so they might have something like that to show. I forget what IP we mentioned it many episodes ago that they got some IP. Was it Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones.
That was the IP they got. So maybe something along those lines.
Yeah.
And what else? I don't think you'll see anything. What's their other? I mean, I'm sure there'll be plenty of the Elder Scrolls Online crap. They're always pushing that, which does very well for them.
Yeah,
and I hear good things about the latest, Fallout 76, but they haven't fixed that like joint progression, so you both get progress because they want you to have that drop in, drop out co-op experience. So
yeah, but they fixed a couple of things, like the whole having to eat all the time and drink all the time. They've taken care of that, but yeah, they still.
I don't know if there's more legs. I'm not sure how well Prey did, if there's going to be a Prey 2, or if that was just a game that was summed up in one story, if you could go more with that. possibly. I don't think, again, Wolfenstein, I don't think so. I think that's maybe on ice for a little bit while they do the Indiana Jones game. So I'm not sure what else we'd see from Bethesda. I'm sure there's going to be new IPs that maybe we haven't heard of. What's the studio, the Evil Within studio? Are they doing the Ghostwire Tokyo? So maybe that, possibly could see some of that, or maybe there's some announcements about both of those games when they come to Xbox. Maybe that's how they'll show those two. Yeah, it's a timed exclusive to PlayStation, but they'll be on Game Pass on such and such date when it expires. But getting to Microsoft, Halo Infinite, we're going to see more of the Perfect Dark game. They teased that. They showed a little bit of that last year. What else do they have? They have any surprises? Anything up their sleeves? You're going to see more Forza. I think there's going to be another Forza Horizon. Sea of Thieves update. We're going to see a Sea of Thieves 2? Or I think they're just going to keep on building on Sea of Thieves?
I think they're just going to keep on building on Sea of Thieves. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind seeing a PvE mode added to that, but I don't see that happening. I don't know. I think the big thing is going to be Game Pass announcements, maybe more combinations, deals with, just out there, but like HBO or whatever, Paramount or whatever, combining services or, kind of shit like that. I
think they're going to lean heavily into 20 years of Xbox for sure.
Sure.
What do you think of a Xbox Series X console with the stylings of an original Xbox? So
I wouldn't.
They wouldn't be.
Buy it.
I heard on some other shows you could probably get the guts inside of an Xbox Series X into the form factor of an original Xbox. That's an interesting idea. Or you could come out with an Xbox Series X in the same form factor where we now know, but have some original Xbox, stylings like that center, that blue, that green, Xbox logo that was in the center of the console.
I could definitely see them doing it. I could definitely see it selling if they were to, a classic Xbox, Series X type of thing. I could definitely see that happening, and it's like, holy shit, I gotta have that.
The Xbox fridge is going to be there. The mini fridge is absolutely going to be there. But yeah, I'm curious if what they do to lean into Xbox 20. I do think there's going to be some sort of console, again, whether it's the same form. I know consoles are hard to get right now, so they would have already had to plan this out at some point. But I do think either in the form factor we now know, but just, maybe a clear one, like that green. Remember that green, the green Xbox?
Yeah.
Something like that. Or they could say, you know what, we're going to throw it back and make it look like the original one, but it's going to be an Xbox Series X.
Yes. Yeah. I'm looking at the old Xbox. Man, God, that brings back memories. Like the old design of that thing.
I'm in the market for one. I don't know if I want one that's working or not or what, but I am in the market, just to sort of have around and put in the display behind me. But there's tons of them out there that modded, if you can get them on HDMI, might be something fun to kick around every now and then.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I get, like I said, it would sell. It would definitely sell if they were to make something up like that. I think it's too soon for them to announce a mid-tier upgrade console. There might be maybe a console that's half as tall or something. I don't know.
I think it would be such a slap in the face if people can't even get these fucking consoles to come out with a mid-tier thing.
And they announced a new one.
Oh, man, I'd be so fucking heated. You want to give me a 20-year anniversary, one? Sure, fine. But you're going to fucking already hit me over the head with some sort of, half-step generational. Get the fuck out of here. And even if that's the same thing for PlayStation, you come out with some sort of slim right out of the gate when people can't even get the other ones. I'd be so.
You know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen with the PlayStation. You know they're going to come out with a smaller version.
But not 6 months later. I'd be so turned off. I would be so turned off if either one of them did that.
I bet you soon they're going to come out with a smaller PS5.
Next E3 or Hall. I'd be so turned off if either one of them did that. Let's move. Let's change subjects, man. You're gonna get me all. Anyways, Xbox. I would love to see Xbox come out with just show us the games. Give us some new IPs to get excited about. You know.
I agree.
I'm getting all sorts of comments in chat here. Showing us says, I'd like to see something to make me excited for Xbox again. Maniac says, Big Chrome X or OG Xbox console. Shonuff says he still has his. Maniac has two of them with the Dukes and a set of the HD cables. Of course, HD was 720. He said he would expect to see a digital Series X. That could come out. You know, I would just be turned off if it was something like a half step. Like, yeah, here's like the Pro Xbox Series X or the Pro PS5 that's slimmed down. I'd be disgusted. I would. Not even 6 months later, and the majority of people can't get these things. I'd flip a lid. Anyways, show us the games, Microsoft. That's what we want to see. And Jeff Keighley's going to show us the games, Matt, on June 10th with the Summer Game Fest. It's back this year. Start on June 10th with an event called Kickoff Live. It's billed as a spectacular world premiere showcase with more than a dozen world premieres and announcements. The show will begin at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, again hosted by Jeff Keighley. They said the publishers confirmed to be participating in the Summer Game Fest include 2K, Activision, Blizzard, Capcom, Epic Games, Sony, Riot Games, Square Enix, Ubisoft, and Xbox. So yeah, he sort of broke away from YouTube with the whole E3 thing a couple of years ago and does his own thing now. Of course, he does the Game Awards, but he does the own Summer Game Fest now. So we'll see what, he's got the inside track, right? People respect him, and the publishers go to him, know that his team's going to do a great job and get a lot of people interested. So we'll see what these more than a dozen world premieres. Do you think, Matt, this here is where 2K will show us what Gearbox is working on? Gearbox is supposedly working on another franchise besides Borderlands. I wonder if this is...
Well, there's supposed to be some big Borderlands 3 thing coming out or something.
Okay.
So I wonder if that gets announced at this.
Mm-hmm.
Some type of big update, big thing for Borderlands 3 is supposed to happen too. I that's the rumor I've been hearing on my, watching my streams and shit. But
and Borderlands 4 supposedly is going to be the big one for them. They're already hiring, ramping up, getting the people in place to make that. So. It's going to be Borderlands pretty soon. The movie's coming out. They're working on it. They're, filming it right now. So there's going to be a big push for that. But yeah, I'm curious if we're going to see that other franchise, and hopefully it's something better than that other game. What was that game that flopped? It came out at the same time around Overwatch, and it just did not do well for them, and they quickly abandoned it, maybe about 6 to 8 months.
Oh, what the hell was that?
You probably pre-ordered it, and that's why it went in the tank.
Bulletstorm?
No, they did publish, I think. No, they might have republished that. Someone will remember in chat, but it came out same type of thing that came out around Overwatch.
If anyone knows, it'd be Kevin.
Yeah. It tanked. It tanked pretty quick. There was a kind of like a fierce battle at PAX, and I remember the Overwatch team had like cars, like remember like Lyft and like Uber and stuff like that. And they had some Overwatch themed like Lyft and Uber rides out there, and one of them got in like a car accident outside in front of PAX, and like Randy Pitcher like tweeted like disparaging remarks about like the accident and like the game because his game was coming out to compete with it. It was kind of comical.
I'm trying to
just type in Gearbox in their discography and see what releases. It came out before Borderlands 3. But yeah, 2K, Activision. Activision, I'm not sure what they're going to be, maybe more content for Call of Duty. I don't know, for Warzone, I'm not sure if they're at a point right now where they want to already announce the next Call of Duty game. They usually do that at E3. They announce the next one.
Yeah.
So maybe that's...
Battleborn?
Yeah, that's it. Battleborn. Yep. Blizzard, maybe Diablo 4. You see something from them? You know, Capcom's. That'd be pretty exciting.
I would like to see some Diablo 4 news.
For sure. Capcom, you know, doing a tremendous, you know, with all the Resident Evil stuff and the Monster Hunter games. You know, so they're having a very prolific period right now, so they can almost have anything. You know, Epic Games, could be Fortnite stuff, could be anything there. PlayStation, you know, we talked last week that they have 25 new games to show, and not all of them, you know, more than half are new IP, so maybe we'll see something there. You know, so it'll be exciting, you know. It's exciting to be out of COVID. It's exciting to get back into games and seeing some of these events come back. They're supposed to. I think Jeff Keighley said they're going to have a studio, so this is not going to be like a virtual thing like last year. That they're going to be in a studio space. So we'll see how this all comes together. So I'm excited for E3 this year. And for me, it's more about the games. I know Xbox is going to talk about Game Pass and everything like that, but when we got into gaming back in the days, it wasn't about the services, it was about the games. And I want to see, that's why I'm excited about Biomutant. I want a new IP, something new and fresh to play, and hopefully we will see that at these showcases.
You know what would probably blow everybody's minds? If Capcom came out with like a new Mega Man game. That'd be fucking awesome.
At the birthday party I was at today, people were talking about
Mega platformer, you know? That would be fucking awesome, man. That would sell some shit.
Well, people always go back for that nostalgia grab. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That'd be sweet as hell.
Moving on, The Last of Us Part 2, Matt, now runs at 60 frames per second on the PS5. The performance patch is just the first step of working on the PS5, Naughty Dog says. So I don't know if Noah has played Last of Us Part 2 yet, but if he hasn't, he can now play it on his PS5 at 60 frames per second. Once you've installed patch 1.08, there'll be a new option to display settings. You can set the frame rate target at 30 or 60 frames per second. The PS5 should be capable of handling the latter without any real issues, though. Digital Foundry tested the patch and found that The Last of Us 2 was locked at 60 frames per second through 8 hours of gameplay, save for one momentary blip.
Tell you what, that's going to look gorgeous, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet it's going to really make a big difference in how that game plays.
And look at this. Outbox has joined us, a preacher of The Last of Us 2. Eric, are you going to replay it in 60 frames per second on the PS5, sir?
Probably just look at it. I probably won't play it all the way through. I'll just probably just go in and look at it. Because it's done. You know what I'm saying? The story is done. It is what it is.
You just like to look at it?
Oh, where is he? I'd like to look at him.
Went over it.
That's it.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm sorry I'm late. You know, you get busy from time to time on the job, you know.
At the JOB, huh? Putting all the bad guys and bad girls away?
I guess.
Locking them up and throwing away the key? We've had a very prolific episode here, Eric, so we're going to...
What's going on? Tell me what's going on.
We talked about hot dog and sausage shrinkage at the grill. Are you aware of this phenomenon? I have been cooking my hot dogs and sausages, and then when I take them off the grill and put them on the serving plate, they shrink up like the little Wicked Witch of the West feet in Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean? They're not as plump anymore. They're shrinking up on me. So... trying to solve that problem. We were just talking about Xbox and Bethesda are going to have a showcase. We were prognosticating what was going to happen. You know?
Prognosticating, love it.
Yeah.
Our hopes are going to get. Our hopes are getting built up, and they're going to say Starfield is exclusive. Yada yada yada. You know.
Oh, you know Starfield's exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah, and they'll probably show a little gameplay, give a little tease in that, you know.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about this, Eric? Xbox Series X in the shape of an original Xbox, the OG Xbox, because we're trying to think what Microsoft's going to do at E3 this year, and Matt's laying into the it's going to be Game Pass, which of course is going to happen, and they're also having Bethesda be there in their conference as well. So besides showing Halo Infinite and the Bethesda stuff and leaning into Game Pass, I'm like hopefully we'll see some of their other studios and what they've been working on, but they're definitely going to lean into the whole 20 years of Xbox this November. And what do you think of a Xbox Series X, the guts of an Xbox Series X inside of a original OG Xbox?
I mean, it'll be cool, but they can't even sell the regular one. So, I mean, that'll be something cool to see. I mean, it'll be exclusive. I'm sure they'll charge an arm and leg. That'll be
they'll
nice.
be like they'll make like 200 of them, and
Yeah, but you know what I think they're going to come out with? This is just me surmising for E3. I don't know if you heard word of this, but I hear some Steam integration.
Okay.
Cool.
With Microsoft and Steam.
It's hot.
That's interesting.
Steamy.
Yeah, I'm hearing that. And if that happens, I mean, that will be, I mean, you can drop the mic with that. That'll be something.
All depends on how they do it. I mean, you're seeing more and more like Sony and, Microsoft putting their stuff on Steam. For the longest time, the Microsoft stuff was just on their own Windows 10 store, but now they're allowing some of their stuff to come over to Steam. And of course, Days Gone is doing tremendous on Steam right now, which is a PS4 exclusive. So,
yeah, I think Steam and these consoles are going to get somewhat integrated because for some reason I'm just saying PSVR 2 and Half-Life Alyx. I'm saying that all day. So
okay.
We'll see.
Maybe we'll have some of that. We were just talking. Jeff Keighley's going to have Summer Game Fest this year. It's going to be on June 10th. 12 world premieres, and we're trying to predict of what's going on there. We're thinking, we heard rumblings this week that 2K. So maybe they're going to be showing their new franchise for Gearbox. They're supposed to be working on something that's going to be dropping soon. So maybe you'll see some of that. But yes, Sony's supposed to be there as well. Maybe that's where they'll show you the PSVR news. Who knows? Jeff Keighley is a big proponent of Half-Life Alyx. So maybe he gets that scoop and shows it there.
All exciting stuff, though.
I mean, I think the knockout blow is if Sony could get with Steam, right? You'd have the PlayStation franchise, which is just killing it in general, right? And you get in Discord integration next year, right? Because they just made a minority stake in Discord. And if you could get Steam, because, people who use Steam use Discord hand in hand. They go together like peanut butter and jelly.
That would be killer.
That'd be something.
Man.
But
whoever gets Steam is going to be on top, I think.
Yeah, well, it all depends on how that works. Like, what is the integration there? Does that mean like the Steam library would be accessible on the Xbox? Like, what's the integration there? Like, what's the flow? I would need to hear more about how that plays.
Yeah.
Is it just everything you buy then would also be available on Steam? I don't. It could mean many different things. It's like all of a sudden, like you log into Steam, like and your library's there on the console. Well, that's fucking huge because I think last time I checked, I have over 500 games on Steam.
That would be crazy huge.
Yeah, all that shit just all of a sudden populated, which would be kind of weird. I guess maybe cloud. You're talking about streaming the shit from the cloud.
No, turning your Series X into a Steam box. Remember them things used to be back in the day? Yeah.
Those silly controllers that some people actually like.
Yeah.
Well, we've moved on to The Last of Us Part 2, 60 frames per second. And I think that is... when is this coming out? Did I already talk about that?
Yeah.
I'm just so distracted now. Can't tell if it's already out or not. I think it is. Okay. So... This is just a first step of working on the PS5, and they hinted they will have more news to share later. So the people are speculating that ray tracing upgrade is in the works as well. So there you go. Moving on to some other stuff here. GTA 5, speaking, Matt, of you said earlier of Skyrim getting an update. GTA 5 is getting an upgrade to PS5 and Xbox Series X in November. November 11th, the new version will be available. So this would mean 3 console generations, right? It came out on the 360 PS3, right?
Yes.
And it was made for the Xbox One, and then they probably got an Xbox One X enhanced version, right? And a PS4 Pro enhanced version, I would assume. And now it's going to come to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X.
That game just won't die.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I might pick it up again, depending on what else is going on at the time. You know,
Rockstar says they will be expanded and enhanced. It's not clear what upgrade path will look like for current owners of the game. GTA Online, meanwhile, will be available as a standalone title, and Sony previously said that it would be free for all PS5 owners during the first 3 months of availability.
yeah, I mean, the game looked great anyway, so I'd be curious to see what it looks like on the Series X, PlayStation 5. Yeah, honestly,
140 million copies to date it has sold.
It's going to sell more. I wouldn't mind seeing Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Series X or PlayStation 5.
Yep.
You know, I've seen people playing Red Dead Redemption 2 in VR. On
Oh,
PC.
yeah?
They have it modded where you can play it in VR.
I've seen people this week playing Gears of War 3 on a PS3. You see that?
Yeah, but who wants that?
Well, they said there was some guy who was doing some. I think that's what he does. He uncovers code, and Epic came out and said it was part of their testing way back when, and because of course that was an Xbox franchise, so people flipping their lids to see Gears of War 3 running on a PlayStation 3. I am sort of jonesing though to play GTA 5 again and actually finish it this time. I don't know if I'll wait.
Didn't they say 6 was going to be in 2022, something like that?
Yeah, they said nothing to show this year. Still being worked on for sure. This week, May 22nd, a game that I really enjoyed, Saints Row the Third Remastered, coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. May 22nd.
You watch that video? That's quite the difference in
not May 22nd,
quality.
May 25th, because May 22nd is already passed. Excuse me, May 25th. Yeah. Same day as Biomutant. So you've already watched it, Matt, and it's quite a difference?
Watch that trailer video there. Yeah, the difference between the two is amazing.
Now, this is the last Saints Row that I played. Something else came out. There was a whole bunch of different Saints Rows after that, or that, like, Gat Out of Hell. There was some other stuff that came out. And I never played any of those.
There's a Saints Row 4 came out, right?
Was there a Saints Row 4?
I think so.
Okay. I'll have to look. The last thing I remember playing was going like some sort of space scene, right? It was like maybe the DLC for Saints Row the Third. You were like, was the president and you like in space or something like that? Something crazy along those lines.
Well, there was that Straight Outta Hell too, where like everything was like on fire and shit, and dark and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play much of that one.
So the Saints Row the Third Remastered is an upgraded version of the 2011 game, including all released DLC and extra content in one package. The game will benefit from a 60 frames per second frame rate and dynamic 4K resolution on both consoles. The Xbox Series version will also include a choice to play in either Performance, 60 frames per second in 1880p, or Beauty, 30 frames per second in 4K modes. Nice. Saints Row 4 was good. You were the president. Yeah, I didn't play Saints Row 4. So 3 was the last one I played.
I think I'm in the same boat. Then I did that where that
3 was the one with the dildo bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Matt still has that hanging over the mantle.
It's in the closet.
Eric has the the fishnet stocking lamp, and Matt has the purple dildo bat. If you guys move in, it'd be a hell of a showcase.
Yeah.
Battle of the dildos.
Yeah.
You'll win, Matt. I'm sorry.
So a lot of stuff. I don't know what this is. Not a lot of stuff coming out. So people just go into the well again, the things that sold well, and giving them a new up-res, new polish, more frames, and people just keep buying them over and over, right? Because they want the latest and greatest looking version of these things. I mean, 2011, over 10 years ago, man.
I don't know if I want that though. I'm not interested in so much of the, up-resing and the 120, 60 frames and 120 frame. I don't care about that, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's only so much that you can go back and like play and have it be new and fresh to you. I mean, it probably has been 8 to 10 years since I've played that game, so that might feel new and fresh to me because my memory's not what it used to be. But yeah, a little bit of feels like going to the well and just trying to milk people. You have to pay for. I assume it's a free update. I'm assuming if you already have it, you're not paying for it. So,
I guess they're trying to do something with the lull that's going on in gaming right now. Nothing's really coming out, so they're just throwing this stuff up and letting you do something while we wait till the floodgates open. I guess.
Yep. You got while I look for a video, we got a question for you, Glovebox. Bricko's in chat. Up? What's going on, Bricko?
What's up, Brick?
He wants to know, Glovebox, did you try the new Quest game, Demio? It's a D&D game. I guess Hoodie Ninja has been playing it. Jeremy, have you been playing that in VR at all?
Okay, so I haven't. I bought it, and I played it, and I played the tutorial only because I haven't had really time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say it's fun to play with people, and when I'm on there playing it, it's usually real late at night, so nobody's awake when I'm trying to do that. But pretty freaking awesome though to be in that headset and to see how it's set up. Looks fantastic, man. I mean, it's like everything you ever dreamed of if you ever played like a D&D type game.
Yep.
It's all that. I give him props on that game.
I was watching a little bit of him playing it the other day, but it was like a hand was coming down. Like, again, you don't know how these games translate on stream compared to what you're seeing.
Exactly, and it looks way different. It looks way different when you had a headset on.
Right.
So much.
It looked pretty cool, though. It looked pretty neat.
It is.
It's very detailed.
I know Jeremy and Al, and I think somebody else was in there playing. They were playing. They had a real good time. They were talking about it. So,
yeah, it looked pretty cool.
I want to show you. I want to show you a new. I think we've heard about it before, but this is coming out to Game Pass day and date, July 29th. First of all, how are you guys on top-down or isometric view games like Diablo? Like, Diablo style.
I already know what you're talking about. The Ascent. I'm so ready, Mike. Let's go.
All right, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show Matt this in case he's not aware of it. Let me switch over to see how this goes on the new TV and switching over to things. We're going to look at Firefox here. Switch this here. Make this big. So Ascent. This is supposed to be a cyberpunk, world. Top down. Isometric. Not sure. Check it out, Matt. Let me know what you're seeing here. It's it's got all the cyberpunk colors and hues and purples and blues, right?
Yeah,
but
it doesn't look as broke as cyberpunk.
It's a lot of crap going on at one time. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, man. I mean, in the beginning, they're just showing guys walking around, not really fast paced.
Yeah.
and everybody's voice.
But
it's
it picks
pretty cool.
up for sure. You definitely get some of those Housemarque, Dead Nation, Alienation vibes from it.
Yeah, all those particle effects and all that good stuff is fantastic.
Yeah.
I definitely you got the space Diablo feel. Yeah.
Yep.
Porch light, that type of shit.
So this is coming to Game Pass. Day and date, July 29th. It's called The Ascent.
Oh, Game Pass. Hey, I'll give it a try.
It looks like you can play with 4 players.
Oh, yeah.
It's also coming to Steam. Does not look like it's coming to PlayStation. So,
be worth looking into.
Yeah, be a new one for you to check out. Again, The Ascent. Eric, you said you're all over this. How come?
Because I like the whole top-down Diablo type gaming, and that looks just like another kind of version of that. And the cyberpunk, feel of it looks pretty cool. So, yeah, I'm into that.
Ryan McCaffrey calls it Judge Dredd meets Diablo. But I guess that's what maybe they're hyping it up as. But he said after playing it, he says it's more like Hunter the Reckoning, but cyberpunk. It's an isometric action RPG, but you are twin stick shooting the majority of the time. He said it felt good on mouse and keyboard, but of course, this is coming to the console, so you'll be able to use your controller as well.
Yeah, I'll be downloading that for sure.
I'll have to check that out together.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's just always good to see another franchise come out, and the top-down isometric thing is, very popular with some people. Other people don't like it. I want to see my characters bigger and, the pop on the screen like we're used to with some of these AAA games. So sometimes I feel like these other games are tougher sell with the huge audience because of the way they feel and operate. So I'm not sure if that's going to hold it back or not. I think everybody the older school is going to be familiar with a twin stick shooter. You get melee special abilities. You'll primarily be slaying though. Halo style 2-slot gun system, says McCaffrey at IGN.
Now see, this is when Game Pass pays for itself, stuff like that. Fantastic.
Right, where you don't know if you're 100% in or not, so you just dip your toes.
Right.
And if it knocks your socks off, you're like, great, I didn't have to pay for it, and this thing is awesome, and you can tell everybody about it. And if it's not great, well, you move on. So again, that game is called The Ascent, and it's out on Game Pass on July 29th. Before we move on to voicemail, Eric, you weren't here for the What You've Been Playing section. So what have you been playing, if anything?
Overwatch,
besides
of course,
the JOB. Oh, I want to get your...
Yeah.
You mentioned Overwatch, of course. Let's get right to it.
Yeah, man.
First thing I want to say, Eric, is I'm very sorry about your Washington Capitals. If we just want to get right down to it, and get to the heart.
I mean, we could have saved that for the end. I mean, but Boston did their thing.
Boston did their thing, baby. We lost the first one, but then we won 4 in a row.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. Ow. Okay, let's talk about games. So we're talking about Overwatch, man. The new
Overwatch going 5v5. That's what I want to know about.
That's good. I guess we'll see. I need to figure it out because I don't know how many tanks you can have on a squad at a time. I know they implement a lot of different boards, as far as like places that you, and they have another a mode in there, like a push mode. So I'm interested to really play it. I saw the demo and I watched the devs talk about it and everything. And it looked great, man. But 5-on-5, I don't know, because that means like you're gonna have probably like 1 tank and 4 other special ability people.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you can have whatever you want. It was 6-on-6.
Now, since it's not a franchise I care much about, what was the rationale of them going from 6v6 to 5v5?
I think because you can overpower a team. Back in the day, you could just have a whole bunch of tanks on the team, and it wasn't evenly spread out. Where you can have one tank that can have a shield, and then one tank that can't. It's a whole lot of different tanks are characters with big HP. Just huge HP. So I don't know. It kind of balances the game out probably at a 5-on-5 and how many you can have on a squad. What class you can have. Mm-hmm. So I think they're trying to give it a little bit of longevity and make it more balanced.
Okay.
But I'm excited I just want to play it.
What's the tentative release window for that?
I don't think it's coming out this year. Mm-hmm. I think it was 22, but they're showing a lot of it, and they'll show some stuff at E3. I don't even know why they call it Overwatch 2. I think they could update what they have right now, really, but probably some new characters. I don't know why they call it Overwatch 2, but they're bringing out a whole new system, so We'll see.
So you've been playing your Overwatch?
Yeah, I've been playing that, and I played. I streamed the other night, Returnal.
I saw the stream notice. Yep.
Man, that thing, it's just hard, bro. God.
No, you didn't do any shuck. You didn't get your shucking and jiving down this week. You didn't master.
I tried, man, but I don't know. Sometimes you have good days. Sometimes you have bad days. Last stream was a bad day. And that's a game you got to pay attention to, because when I'm looking at chat, I'm trying to bullet hell. It's a whole lot. So it's fun though. I keep going back to it. I haven't got tired of it. I don't get upset when I die. You just go at it again. So
have you had any runs error out on you at all?
No.
I'm seeing the guy Tom Happ. He did the what's that? It's that Metroidvania game that's Axiom Verge. He's a developer. He's a developer of that. He plays a lot of games as well, and he's getting into. I think he's primarily a PlayStation gamer, and so he's been playing Returnal, and he's been tweeting out that he keeps going into runs, and every once in a while they error out on him.
What, just kick him back to the dashboard or something?
Well, you get that usual PlayStation message. Error. Do you want to report it or whatever?
Yeah.
It's good.
I think if they had a some sort of like a save system in it, it'd be.
They're working on something. They are working on it.
I don't know. I think when I get on a run where I'm at the boss level, I should be able to start over in the boss level or something. I don't know. Instead of going
all the way at the beginning.
All the way back to the beginning. Then because it's procedurally generated, so you got to find your way back to the boss. It's just a mess.
You would get frustrated.
There's no checkpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt would definitely get frustrated with it, Mike. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think he would love it, though, at the same time. I think he would like the whole thing, the whole package. Because Matt's big into the fresh, wow, this feels next gen, this feels something really special,
I think if he streamed it, it would be enjoyable for me, though. Because he would do a whole lot of cursing. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I've been playing. All of it. That's it.
Bloodborne, I thought was going to be more humorous stream, but it didn't last too long.
Gave up.
Yeah. Okay, that's.
I don't think you wouldn't give up on Returnal.
Yeah, it's not as punishing as Bloodborne.
It lets you proceed, but I don't know. You just die, and it's not as punishing as Bloodborne. Forget that.
That'd be the good thing.
Did you finish Resident Evil yet?
No, I've just been playing Returnal.
Okay. And where's your hype this week? You missed at the beginning for Biomutant.
Well, I'm really hyped about that. I've been watching previews of it.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna definitely give that a spin.
Okay, where are you getting that? Xbox, PC, PlayStation? I
don't know. What's the best version? Have they said?
Xbox. I think at least right out of the gate, it's not going to be native 4K on PlayStation 5. It's going to be 1080p, 60 frames.
But it's not coming. It's not coming
right.
to Game Pass, though, right?
No, it is not. But no. Jeremy says now that Matt already pre-ordered it, it will probably be coming to Game Pass pretty soon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. In about a month or so.
Yeah. I'll get it on the Xbox.
All the reviews hit, and we circled back as we were wondering about who was the person that was talking about the paywall. I think I got my comment incorrect, and Shonuff was saying that they were perks that were hide. Let me find
the premium version.
Right, premium version had perks locked behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, they're hiding perks behind the premium version. Yeah.
When does it come out again?
Tuesday.
Okay, I'll pick it up Tuesday.
Yeah. You got to get, well, if you pre-order it, Eric, Matt was saying there's a mercenary class as a pre-order bonus. So you got to make your decision either tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, I'll order it tonight.
Yeah. And it's only like 13 gigs.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Day one patch, 100.
Right.
Whoops.
Oh, by the way.
Forgot about that.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, before we get into the voicemail, I bought something this week. Did you have any purchases? Anybody buy anything this week?
No. We're looking at Mike's Corner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Matt, oh, man, that looks good right there. That's a nice blue. Uh-oh. Mike's Corner. Mike's Tech Corner. What do you got? Let's see.
Speaking of paywalls.
Yeah.
I was just minding my own business on my Twitter feed, not trying to spend any money. And something comes across my feed, and they're saying this is an absolute must-have, and it was, on sale for $80. So here we go. This big box here.
Fuck is that? Oh, some clip speakers? Oh, yeah. Some desktop speakers? Yeah, those knock, man. Those are good.
Those are good, $80, and I got them hooked up to my television, via the wireless, not via the wired, headset port or whatever. Booming, man. Fucking shit sounds good.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
What's the regular price on them?
Oh, I think sometimes they're as low as $105 or $134 or something like that. So they were $79.95.
Good deal.
Yeah, you had to do that.
Yeah, people say they last forever,
Yeah,
Clips are good speakers. They pack a punch.
Yes, sir. And that sub is great, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was well worth it. I just plug it right into my television. I'm good to go now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mike's pickups. We'll call
Mike's
this section
pick of the week.
Pickups. That's right.
How do you pronounce that again? Clipsage?
Clips.
Clips. Don't ask me.
Klipsh. Clipsh.
That's right. There you go.
Pro Media 2.1 THX.
They sell really good speakers, Clips.
Yeah, they sell really high end shit too. You can drop a bunch of fucking dough on that shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Maniac is in chat saying he got the Xbox wireless
headset.
Yeah, he said he got. Yeah, he's wondering how we're faring. Matt says he's doing all right with it. Maniac, tell us how you're doing with it. Bricko says I got the headset as well this week. So Bricko and Maniac, how are you enjoying?
Yeah, how's yours? Because
Matt is still warm. What's interesting is Matt's headset that he's got on right now, the HyperX, sounds great on the podcast. But for whatever reason, when it goes over to the Xbox, it's kind of so-so. And, when Maniac has his Xbox on his as well, it's, you get that echo sometimes, so-so. But on PC, it seems like it does very well for you, Matt, which is strange. Again, the Xbox and their proprietary bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said earlier, I updated my headset, and it seems to be working better, but, the jury is still out on it. I'm not 100% sold on it. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, Maniac's limited use so far this week. He'll be doing a full test more. Bricko says so far so good, so... Yeah, I'd be curious. So what has to happen this week is we'll have to get Glovebox, Maniac, Bricko, myself, and Matt all in one party on Wednesday with all wearing the same headsets and see if we all sound like we're fucking talking in a tunnel like an echo chamber.
Yep.
And see what happens.
Yep.
And then that's going to go down to everybody's internet.
Yeah.
Somebody's internet is dial-up. Somebody's using dial-up.
Dub Dub F left a voicemail this week. Let's get to that before we wrap up. We don't want to go 2 weeks in a row without his voicemail. Hopefully nothing was time sensitive last week and this isn't a stale fucking voicemail, but we'll see what happens. Here we go.
What's going on, gentlemen? Beautiful day outside. We're in spring, almost heading into summer. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Outside, getting the old pool ready. Outside yesterday, grilling. Had the first grill out. Yeah, with the old charcoal. I went easy, I just did hamburgers, but still, there's just something about, something on the grill. It's yes. Kick away winter and welcome in the warmth. Yeah. Anyway, how's everybody doing this week, huh? Doing good, doing good, doing good. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Hopefully everybody's there. Have a full house? Yeah. Full house. Anyway, all right, here's a question. It's probably going to sound ridiculous, but here's a question. This Mass Effect thing. Here's my question. I've never played Mass Effect. Somehow I own every Mass Effect game ever made, but I've never played it. Ever played it. I heard how good it was, and I thought, well, I better buy this when it's on sale. So when it got really cheap, I'd buy it, and then go on the shelf and sit there and stare at me, and be like, yeah, hey, you should play us. I'm like, yep, I'm going to get to you. And never happens. So now we have the remastered, I don't know, Ultimate Edition or whatever the heck it is, but
what's the question, Fred?
I mean, I don't think I could go back to the 360 and play this. I think it has to be on the newer system, right? Better load times, better graphics, all the other jazzy stuff. Now looking at it digitally, since I have Ultimate Pass Plus, I have that EA Access thing. So EA is throwing me a bone. They're giving me a discount. I think it knocks it down to 53, and then Microsoft themselves tell me they'll give me 6,000 Microsoft points. So that takes another $6 off. And if I buy it and play and get one achievement, I get another 250 Microsoft points. So I don't know what is ballpark. What, $47? I guess I'm looking at. Do I do it, gentlemen? Should I do it? Yeah, it's digital, but that's all right. It's there. I don't have to get up and load a disc, find a disc, scratch a disc, lose a disc. It's just digital. It sits there. Everything's good. So that's my question, gentlemen. Do I pull the trigger or do I say, no, thank you? I'll be waiting to hear. Hope everyone has a great week. Enjoy life. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy everything. Why not, right? Make the most of it. You only get one day at a time, so take it. Don't break it and just enjoy it. All right, I'm done babbling. See you guys later. Arrivederci.
All right, Matt, that was for you. Take one day at a time, sir. I missed out on this whole 6,000 points thing. Where the hell was I supposed to get that? Did I have to jump through some certain hoops to do that, or they just gave me that automatically when I bought it? Because I just bought it on the console store. I didn't see anything about 6,000 points. I saw Los and Jagoosh talking about that on Twitter, but I didn't see any 6,000 points when I bought the fucking game. And I've certainly got achievements so far. So where the hell are my 250? Where are all these points? Do I got to turn in my my Game Pass? You know how you get those things that pop up, like hand in your Game Pass achievements.
Those daily.
Yeah. Do I got to turn that shit in to claim that?
Probably so.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if to tell you if it's worth buying or not. I mean, I'm only playing Mass Effect 1 so far in 120 frames per second. It looks fucking phenomenal. But it's still a very dated, gaming experience. It doesn't feel like a modern gaming experience, but it looks fine. So
he said he could get it for 47, something like that. Just alone, Mass Effect 2 is worth that to me.
Yeah. I think definitely worth.
I would say pull the trigger for it. But it's 1 is a slow roll, 2 is good, 2 is the best, and 3 is just good.
So,
well, I mean, three you had to play because you did the other two, so you
got to do it. It's almost you're obligated.
Yeah, right.
So buy a couple less 6-packs of that Pink Flamingo beer. No one needs to be drinking that. And then just put, if you got any empties laying around at the house, you fucking cash those in for some space bucks, and you can justify your purchase. The dreaded J word, justify.
That's a good trigger pull, though, Fred. If you ask me.
I think so. Or you could skip it and say, you know what? I missed the boat on it, and I'm going to support something new. I'm going to buy Biomutant.
Well, there's that too.
There's that.
There's that too, because Mass Effect I mean, to play it properly it's a time sink. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot going on there.
And you have to pay attention.
Yes, you do. Yeah. A lot of dialogue, a lot of slow, like Eric said, just a lot of slow listening, talking, choosing conversations.
Slow, is there slow love making?
Tedious.
Yes, a lot of that too.
Nice.
I don't know if I know the meaning of slow love making.
I'm gonna have no love making for the next couple nights. The wife's away. What the fuck?
There's always chatterbait, Mike.
There is. We're just like the fucking we're like the booby streamers in the hot tubs. We got our ad revenue pulled, so we're streaming essentially for free tonight.
Yeah.
Our content was too risque for the advertisers.
See? Well, that's how good we are.
It's because Matt doesn't have on any Cincinnati Bengals gear.
Well, he's got his Hawaiian shirt on. You're going to have to go back and re-listen to the early part of the show, but Matt is, he's aiming to, he's going to develop a fat raccoon in Biomutant, and he's hoping that he can adorn his character in Hawaiian outfits.
Oh, okay. Yep. Even if I have to buy it with real money, I will buy a Hawaiian shirt for my dude.
For his fat raccoon.
For my fat raccoon.
He's going to be basically a resemblance of you.
Yeah, myself.
Thanks, Eric. I think he was calling me the fat raccoon, Matt, not you.
Oh.
No. I was talking about that. Y'all are silly. Y'all are too silly.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up here. We are taking next week off, Memorial Day. So all our people that have laid it on the line and have passed, or just family members, it's a time to reflect. So we will be off next week, kicking off. It's usually Memorial Day is the time to kick off summer, although the weather is going to be, like I said at the top, it's not going to be as nice as it was this weekend. But
Mike, didn't you just post on Twitter 7 months till winter or something crazy like that?
I will, yeah. It's town to town.
Bullshit
someone needs to hear it somewhere, but Tuesday, it's 7 months till Christmas.
Please be quiet. Don't say that.
So that means, Eric, that means it's only 4 months till the trees got to go up.
Yeah,
4 months, right. Probably 4 weeks.
Wow, think about that, bro.
4 weeks, and all of a sudden trees were going up in Eric's house.
Man, let me tell you, bro. God.
Done. Are we making any progress with the pool? I was talking to some people today at the barbecue that I was at, and they're saying there's a pool shortage. And people are also doing maybe some price gouging. One guy was getting an estimate to get a pool put in, and just kind of that kidney shape, design. Yeah. And it was 20 grand.
Yeah, mine's going to be about 30. But what's going on right now, we're doing the steps that we need to take. We just put the new vinyl fence up and all that good stuff, getting the backyard. We're doing all the stuff up to so far.
So are we aiming for summer 2022?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a year to get my dad bod in shape then, I'm in the fat raccoon stage right now, but I got a whole year. I'm coming there with my own floaty, too. I'm going to have one of those big rubber ducky floaties, so I won't sink.
That's cool. Hey, man, my dad bod I'm not even worried about it. All I care about is the Johnny bod. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I told my wife tonight, very shallow statement, that if she had cankles, I would divorce her.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's how shallow I am in life. It's a terrible thing.
Oh, no. What in the hell? And what was her response?
Just shut up. Pretty much, just shut up.
Yeah.
I think we were walking by someone, we were driving by someone, and the girl had exercise outfit equipment on that, maybe she shouldn't have been wearing. And, I probably said something again that I probably shouldn't say. I should just use my inner voice and only say it to myself. I said, good God, if I had to hold on to ham hocks like that, I'd probably divorce you.
Jesus Christ.
My wife always tells me, like, we'll be flipping the channels, and that show 600-pound life will be all right. She says, if I ever get that big, would you divorce me? I said, no, I'll be with you. I just feed you food. You be all right. She said, please don't divorce me if I ever get that big. I'm like, man.
What did you say? I'm going to keep feeding you and feeding you?
Yeah, I just keep feeding you and feeding you till you die. That's a lot, man. Could you imagine being
all right, I don't know what's worse here. He's gonna fucking kill his wife. I was just saying divorce. It's cutting bait.
No, listen. if you're 600 pounds plus, that means you actually like food, right? That's something you love, right? So I'm just gonna keep feeding her. That's something she likes. I'm gonna feed her.
Here, have some more ice cream.
I got this visual of like Eric just like constantly cooking up burgers. Like it's like burger time over there.
Yeah, that's right. Here you go. I'm gonna feed you till you can't get fed no more. That's how I show you I love you, see?
You know, it was a great show up until the last 2 minutes. We should just really rewind it and start over the last.
I just want to know how. I mean, like, if Barbara gets that big, my question is like, how the fuck am I supposed to fuck you? You know, I mean, just find a fold and stab it and steer. I mean, how does this work?
Hey,
it's been a hell of a show, folks. We're gonna skip everything.
Thanks, Eric, for coming on.
Feed them, Mike. I'm gonna keep feeding them. Oh no!
I'm pretty sure he just said, "I'm gonna stab a fold."
Yes, that's what he said. That's just what he said.
If I can get the baby powder and spray it on her, find a dry spot.
Oh,
wet spot.
Yeah, the wet spot. Yeah, sorry.
Oh man!
All right, Matt.
Off the rails.
Despite my better judgment, do you have any shout-outs, plugs?
Everyone in chat, thanks for dealing with this stuff and people listening that download the show.
They're all gone. They've all left.
We're actually decent people, for the most part.
That's right.
Video games have just corrupted us.
Video games did corrupt us. See, all these news agencies are right. GTA ruined us. We've been ruined by GTA. Yeah. So anyway, thanks everyone for listening, downloading the show and all that stuff. Very cool. Send all your complaints to someone.
Oh, before we go, did anybody play Knockout City at all?
Yeah, I played it when it was in a beta, the whole beta situation. It's cool, but it's not nothing that...
I mean, it's getting good reviews. Like, I guess they put a lot of work in since then, and people are saying it's really good. Should maybe hook that up for some sort of game night. Play some dodgeball.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's cool.
Bibbs made it here right at the end, just when we were about to leave. Hello, Bibbs.
Yeah,
way past that time, Bibbs.
Yeah.
Eric, do you have any parting words?
Man, I'm sorry I joined y'all late, but this circus must go on over here, so that's what I do. But yeah, thanks for y'all being here, man. I have a good time on Sundays when you guys are here. Fun. We'll take a break next week. I'll be back with some Biomutant looks. We'll see how that goes.
And that's going to be the big talk when we get back.
Yeah.
Bibbs, I did forget that tomorrow is a holiday for you Canadians. Queen Victoria Day. May it be a beautiful, a bountiful holiday.
Do you get presents?
Next Monday we'll have off for Memorial Day. Although Eric might be at the JOB. You dipping into some of that double time holiday pay?
Come on, you know it.
You know it. Yes. So shout out everybody in chat. We got Bricko, Maniac, Bibbs, Shownuff. Anybody else I forgot? Probably. Don't know. But thanks all for hanging out, making it a good Sunday night. Again, no show next week, so you got 2 weeks to catch up on 164. We're creeping up there. We're getting up there. Almost a legitimate podcast. And Eric, we mentioned at the top of the show, Spotify soon will be enabling auto transcripts of podcasts. So we're all going to have to practice our pronunciations, maybe some more than others, so that the transcription service will actively be able to relay what we're trying to communicate to our listeners.
Yeah. I have to start enunciating when I say I do it constantly. I can't have the robot voice anymore.
Can't have the robot, right. What we were thinking of doing is testing out the terrible topics with Matt and having them transcribe it, and then copying the text of the transcription and putting it in like Google Translate and having Google Translate read it back to us, like some audio, like a voicemail or something.
It'd be like a game of telephone or something.
That'd be great.
and just saying Spotify is going to translate this last 5 minutes of the show that we've been talking
how
about.
they're going to talk about? They're going to talk about. It's going to say ham and cocks instead of ham hocks.
And keep feeding her. Keep feeding.
It's going to over and over again. Keep feeding her. Well, that's a lot for you guys to chew on. So here we go. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Enjoy your Memorial Day. Enjoy your long weekend. Canadians, enjoy your holiday weekend, your Queen Victoria Day, and we'll catch you all later.
I hope the Queen gives you lots of gifts underneath the tree tonight.
I do it constantly, bro.